What's up, you guys? Slim here at Team Symmetry, finally back with you guys here on my channel. If you guys noticed, the last couple of days I've been doing a lot of guest uploads, just trying to give back to my subscribers who are up and coming YuGi-Tubers as well. Just wanted to get their names out there, their content out there, and I want to take the time to just thank them for making videos for me and just sharing my videos with everyone else. I'm here to actually do a new segment, you guys, a segment that I came up with a couple days ago. First, I want to give a shout out to GalactaGod. He was actually the inspiration for this. I haven't told him yet. Hopefully he's cool with it. He does a segment on his channel called YuGi-Chat, and it gave me the inspiration to do a segment of my own called Slim Chat. It's a little corny, I know, but what I respected about his segment was that he would talk about not just the game, but just things in the game that kind of relate to just overall things in the world and stuff like that. And it just gave me the idea that I should try it out myself. So this will either continue or it won't. Maybe it'll be as successful as Tech for Thought, maybe not, I don't know, but we'll just get into it. We're going to start with episode 1 of Slim Chat, and I'm going to call this one, Are You For the Meta or Against the Meta? Now basically this is going to talk about the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Right now, we already know that Chaos Dragons, Dino Rabbit, Inzectors, Wind Up, Final Countdown, Dark World, all those decks are being run. It's common sense, common knowledge. One of those decks wins Nationals. One of those decks wins YCS. Yada, yada, yada. It's the same old shit over and over again. And the question is, are you for the meta or are you against the meta? Now, when I say that, I'm saying, are you one of those people nowadays that has no choice but has to main deck 3 copies of Effect Veiler because of Rabbit, Tour Guide, Wind Up this, Inzector that, Chaos this, Chaos that? Are you one of those people? Or are you one of those people that had to hop on the bandwagon and the minute it became a star foil and a black rare, you had to pick up 3 Tour Guide? Some of us have had Tour Guide from the beginning, and even with Tour Guide coming out, we really don't care because the same thing has always been said. If you're going to play against someone who's really good, they're going to probably have Tour Guide. Tour Guide's one of the best cards in the game, and now that people are picking them up cheap, I respect that. I think that everyone should have access to Tour Guide. Everyone should really have access to every card in the game. I don't see why they don't. It's just Konami's bullshit about making money and being greedy. Now that people have Tour Guide, I feel the metagame's a little more fair. I want a challenge when I go to these events. I don't want to go through 9 rounds and say I go 9-0, but I had all scrub matches. I had all decks that really, to me, made no sense. If I had to play 9 rounds of Dino Rabbit, that would actually be a challenge. If I had to play 9 rounds of Inzectors, Chaos Dragons, anything like that, or a variety, it would at least give me a challenge, and if I won, it would make me a better player. If I lost, it would make me an even better player because I learned from my mistakes. So I feel that things like that are just what are really affecting the game right now, and I feel that these are just things that are happening. Now, back onto the topic. Are you against the meta or are you against the meta? Do you run Rescue Rabbit? Do you run the deck? I run the deck. I'm very open about that. I do run Rescue Rabbit. It's not a thing that I'm going to deny ever. I love the deck. Why do I love the deck? I think the rabbits are fucking adorable. I'm not even going to lie. I think the deck is just adorable. You run 3 Tour Guide, 3 Rabbit. How's that not like adorable? I'm sorry, but aside from that, the deck's still really good. Is it as good as Chaos Dragons? It depends on how you play. Chaos Dragons is the better deck. Obviously, they beat over Laggy and Dolka, but Rabbit is just such a control-based deck. You can come out of any situation and still come back. Plus, you're not like Dragons where you have to put everything on the board and go for one hit, and then if it fails, you kind of don't have a follow-up. That's why I run Rabbit. That's my honest thing of why I run Rabbit. I like the way Rabbit runs. Now, other things I've noticed is, are you one of those people that is all on this hype right now? Are you main decking 1 to 2 of these? Are you side decking this card? Are you running this card because someone told you to? Or are you running this card because you know how beneficial this card is? That's the thing that I always want to know when people start running stuff or start telling me about cards. It's like, where did you hear that? Because I wasn't the one who told you. I heard it from someone else. They told me, and I used common knowledge and said, oh, you're right. Okay, thank you for the advice. I'll do that now. Because a lot of the things I get, a lot of the deck choices I get, a lot of the suggestions I get are from better players. I talk to better players, they give me advice, and they help me up my game. So stuff like that. Other things are you still maining 3 MST or are you maining 2 because 2 might be the special number? Time will tell. Have you realized that Forbidden Lance is probably the card of the format and one of the best cards in the game right now because it acts like a defensive and offensive MST? Maybe you are. Now the thing is, the way I look at the meta right now is that you can go 1 of 2 ways. You can hop on the bandwagon. You can run Rescue Rabbit. You can run Chaos Dragons. You can still try to make Inzectors work. I don't know why they still haven't won like over here. Like seriously, I don't care what anyone says. That deck is good. It's good in one way, it's terrible in another. Sometimes you draw shit, sometimes you just can't get out of situations, but I still feel it's a good deck. I think every deck has a chance of winning this format. The decks I think don't deserve to win, I'm sorry, I don't think Final Countdown and Chamberlain deserve to win. No offense to anyone who runs those decks, but those are not real decks. You are not doing anything really that skillful in the game. You may say, oh, it takes skill to resolve these chains. Okay, flip, 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 flip. Pick your order. It's not that hard. Final Countdown, sit and stall, sit and stall, sit and stall. Well, I have to bring out my best cards to stop you. I actually have to work hard to win that match. When I win a Final Countdown match, I'm damn proud I won that match. Because it's like, why are you running this? Like, do you really need an invite that bad? Are you really that desperate to do well? You realize that if you win, you're not going to get a lot of respect. You realize that, right? That if you run a stall deck or a burn deck, okay, cool, you might have won, bro, but no one cares. Like, no one cares if you stalled out or you burned me to death. I still played the better game. I'm still the better player in the sense that I had the guts to run a deck that doesn't have a cheap way of winning. Now people may say Dino Rabbit has no skill. Okay, that's true. I summon the rabbit, I go hoppity hop, I bring out Kabazols or Sabersaurus and I make Lagia. Okay, some smart players will go Doka first turn. Why will you go Doka first turn? Maybe you have an idea of what you're playing. Maybe you see one card and know, oh, okay. Maybe when your opponent sets a monster, you have to think in your mind, they've either set Sangan or Raikou. It's stuff like that that separates good players from bad players and good players from bad players. That's one way you can go in this game. Or you can say, fuck you, Konami. You can say, I don't care what you try to tell me. I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to run anti-meta with Thunder Kings, Doom Caliber Knights, all this crazy stuff, and it's going to beat the meta. I'm not here to play Chaos Dragons, I'm not here to play Dino Rabbit, Inzectors, etc. I'm here to beat all those decks. I'm here to run TG Stun like they did in Atlanta, and I'm here to win with something that at least takes some skill and can at least lock down the meta and can tell all these people who spend hundreds to $1,000s on their deck, my deck only cost me like $100, $200 and it still beat your deck. What does that tell you? It tells you that money does not define a player. What defines a player is the plays they make with the deck they run. So it's stuff like that. And I just felt that this needed to be addressed. This is just an issue that I've been dealing with. I have people messaging me all the time saying, I don't want to play in this meta. I want to quit this game. I want to blah, 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 blah. You can do what you want. I've had a lot of people drop out of this game and go to other games. And, you know, I can't get mad and say, oh, okay, you did that. I can say, you didn't give this game a chance. You didn't think outside the box and say, I'm not going to do what everyone else does. You know, I'm not going to run Dino Rabbit. I'm not going to run Dragons. I'm going to try to run something innovative that has a chance of winning. Look at the Gadget guy that got first place. I give him the most props in the world. I love mocking a Gadget, and I think that deck was great. The 6 Sam players that win, they get all my kudos. I love those decks because those decks do not have a single win condition. They have to set up plays like every other deck, and they definitely deserve some recognition. So that's pretty much where I'm at in this this first episode. I got a little intense on it, but I just wanted to address this. Are you for the meta or are you against the meta? Because either way, if you're for the meta, okay, you're playing with good cards. If you're against the meta, you're playing with awesome cards, but you're playing them in a different way that gives you the edge against everything else, and that is something that you can't have nothing but the highest respect for. And I personally have any respect for anyone that is playing against the meta, because the meta sucks. Let's be honest, the meta sucks. And until September, do we even know if the meta will change? Only time will tell, but that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I hope you guys like this segment. This will be a weekly segment where I talk about something aside from Tech for Thoughts, aside from psychology episode. This will just be another thing where we just have a nice sit down chat about something going on in the game that I feel is important, whether it's a certain deck won, a new tech has been discovered, anything in general. I just thought that we kick this off with the biggest question that I've been getting since like day one. Are you for the meta or against the meta? So I'm in this video by saying I hope you guys like the video, you know, thumbs it up. I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna say if I can get 50 likes on this. Now 50 likes just because I want to know if you guys are really watching this. I will continue this segment, this Slim Chat segment, and I will dedicate my time to getting you guys the best content that I can provide. Now, Nationals is next week. Time will tell. I'm just going to end the video by asking you as my subscribers, are you for the meta or against the meta, and why? What do you like about the meta? What do you hate about the meta? And what do you want to change? and hopefully change will happen in time. So that's all I got to say, you guys. Hope you guys like the segment. You know, thumbs it up, 50 likes. We'll continue this thing, and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Definitely expect a new Slim Psychology coming out Friday, and I just hope you guys enjoy this video. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for the continued support. Thumbs up the video, and I'll see you guys in the next, hopefully, episode of this, and definitely in the next video on my channel. So that's all I got to say, you guys. Thank you for watching.